Bryce Dallas Howard. Is that how it goes, or is it Dallas Bryce Howard? It's Bryce
I
Dallas
think it's
Howard,
that way,
right?
yeah.
I'm saying this right now. Bryce Dallas,
Mi-
whatever
Miss Howard.
last
Miss
name Howard, yes, has directed my favorite Mandalorian episode ever. I'm just saying that right now. I'm throwing that out there. This is Earth 2, and we're here to discuss the Mandalorian season 3, episode 6, Guns for Hire. But again, the petition on petition.com. Link is down.
I mean,
in
she is above the co-starring now, so it was just her and Pedro Pascal. So
Pedro Pascal, right? But yeah, my favorite. We're here to discuss Mandalorian. Oh, there's 2 petitions up now. Petition to keep Grogu as a doll forever and ever and ever, and the petition to keep Bo on the show forever. So petition.com, links are down in the comment in the description. Go there and click it, and
like it's 2009 all over again.
It's right.
Get a nice little letter from Barack Obama. Be like, I too would like to see Katie Sackhoff like returning, but as president of the United States, or now former president of the United States, I have no ability to say or do anything when it comes to the Mandalorian. But when I'm at a fundraising dinner with Bob Iger, I will make sure to mention your concerns.
Just mention it. But those are my thoughts, initial thoughts. What were yours?
It was the most batshit episode of I honestly was like watching this and like, what the fuck am I watching? Pardon me. I know we don't super curse here, but like I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like when Mando turned into like
Bad
cop from a noir, like I'm like, what am I watching? Like what is this episode? Like Lizzo and Jack Black.
Oh my god.
Like what?
I was so confused. I'm like, wait, what am I watching? Honestly, but I'll say this though. This feels like the most Star Wars episode ever. A fucking droid bar. I'm like, are we in the cantina again?
It's like a droid bar that is like, it's just like this noir.
It's just like droids again.
It's also like, what are droids coded as? It's like, so are droids coded as people now? And are they coded as subaltern people? Does that mean the Clone Wars is a genocide? Like, it is like the guy
yes. We want to continue to serve. I'm like, hold on. Really? Well, human lives are so short. We would like to continue. Beep boop beep. I'm like, no.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it felt like it was George Lucas because it was so full of tropes and so didn't interrogate any of the tropes that it did. None. They just like, are you sure George didn't write this?
I'm pretty sure he dropped some notes. He went to Ron Howard's daughter and dropped some notes and said,
I actually thought Dave Filoni was going to have like a co-writing credit because it didn't feel like Jon Favreau. It felt way more like Filoni.
It did. I mean, it was the ridiculousness of this episode.
It's a Rebels episode. It really felt like a Rebels episode.
It did. And I think from the start of the episode, they the whole thing was the Mandalorians are now mercenaries, right? Guns for hire. From the start of the episode, it didn't let up being ridiculous. I love you. I can't be with you.
And they're of course Quarian, or is it Quarians? No, that's the Mass Effect ones. Quarrens, I don't know, whatever they are, and Mon Calamaris. I'm like
Calamaris.
And then, well, the best part is the Mandos just take him away. Like that, it's just like they don't shoot, they don't do anything.
There's no struggle. It's like you don't want to mess up your girl's ship. Honestly, yeah. And at that point, I'm like, what the hell am I watching? I wasn't ready for what the rest of it. You enter into this Hunger Games looking like a District 1 type planet And then you see Jack Black, and there's just opulence, and I'm like, hold on.
And Lizzo, Lizzo's right there at the beginning too. Like
Lizzo and Jack Black.
Like Jack Black, I could see because Jack Black is in anything, but it's like freaking Lizzo, like Lizzo. It's like okay,
they went for it.
Good for Lizzo. Like I'm all about it. But
no, I am. I will say it was ridiculous. It was fun. It was.
Oh yeah.
I think compared to reason why I say it's my favorite Mandalorian episode, I'll just go ahead and tell you that right now. When Mandalorian first started, it was bounty hunting type shit, right? The first couple
very serious.
And then it was serious, and then Grogu. I think there's also another petition I'm thinking about writing up. Don't give Grogu any fucking language. Don't have to speak basic. Let him continue to coo for the rest of the fucking. I just love reading it. Grogu cooing.
I'm sorry. Also, just yeeting Grogu at people. Like, how many takes did it take of them, like puppeteers, throwing Grogu at Lizzo?
And Lizzo not dying because I would die every time. I would absolutely lose my shit. Tears running down my eyes, crying, laughing every time I see that doll fly at me.
Okay. There's that. There's Grogu waving goodbye to Lizzo, which is also like A+. Like you're just like, what am I watching? Like,
how about Grogu cheating, helping Lizzo cheat to win the game,
and him getting knighted for what reason? Like what? It's just like Grogu did even less than he normally does in this episode.
Honestly, cooed a little bit and did some Force stuff and became a knight.
Of the like interplanetary regencies, I'm just like, this is so batshit. Like
Grogu has so many fucking titles right now. He's a Jedi apprentice, apparently, right? Can we call him
Jedi apprentice?
Right?
I don't know.
He's a Mandalorian youngling, and now he's a knight.
Foundling or whatever they.
Foundling.
Okay. Bo, I'm gonna say that those were all the best episodes, but Christopher Lloyd at the end being a Confederate, like you're just like, it's just like this, and he's like going batshit about the separatists, and it's just
honestly like, cherry on top of the episode ice cream.
It's just
it made the day for me. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's just going and I think what killed me was like how like, oh, okay, you're done. When he said Count Dooku, I almost pissed myself.
Like that's such the best line in the whole episode.
He goes Count Dooku, and I almost pissed myself.
Oh no, it's also was killed by the Jedi. Like
I was waiting.
Like, oh my god,
I was waiting. I'm like, they're not gonna say it. Okay, fine. It's whatever. It's whatever.
Wish he shot him. I wish he just shot him dead because that would have been funnier. Like if Boca. I mean, you're
there we go.
Drunk.
You know what's funny? Because Drunk, I think last week on the last episode said, if this episode and the next 3 are not fire or gas, he's not going to be able to come back for the next season. There we go. Confirmation that Drunk is going to be here for next season, Mando.
Oh, I mean, if every episode of Mandalorian was as batshit as this, like I would
never call it the Mandalorian again.
Yes, it's like honest to goodness, where did these ideas come from? It's just like, in many ways, it felt like the opposite of Andor. The Andor influenced episode like 2 or 3 episodes ago that felt like a bad parody of an Andor episode. This felt like somebody got really high and watched a bunch of Rebels episodes like back to back and was like, I am gonna make the best Rebels episode you've ever watched, and they did. Because it's just as insane as Rebels.
I think it was.
How could you not like it?
How could you not like it? I thought it was gas. I thought it was pretty good. It was funny. And I think, okay, let's get into the episode. So this is where craziness, right? This to me where it gets crazy. The droids are revolting, or but
they're not revolting. That's
right. The reprogrammed droids are going against their reprogramming and going back to like base program, right? Whatever. What I enjoyed the most is during that when they find out it's the drink, right? It's whatever they're sipping,
Nefatine or whatever it is. Oh my god!
No. Can we go back to the droid bar for a second? Because there was an argument in the droid bar, and one of the droids pulls out the other droids. Like I think the bartender was like, "Oh, I'm cutting you off."
Like, there's so much just absolutely Like, all right, when they pull the battle droid out of the morgue thing, I'm like, this is insane. Like, like it's George, because it's all of these tropes from 20s and 30s and 40s noir films. Like, and except about chasing a battle droid. Like,
correct.
They spend they spend 5 minutes of this episode chasing a stupid battle droid from Attack of the Clones across a planet.
Right. I think honestly that was so they're chasing that droid, right? And they're running through the streets.
They did push the limits of the vacuum,
the space, the vacuum thing. I thought that was done well. When they finally catch the droid, and then you see the little cop bots come around the corner. It's a crime scene.
It's crime scene around. I honestly, at that point, I was like, "This is not like any episode of Man." Like it's, and then the droid bar.
Oh, the droid bar release. I think the droid bar is the most insane thing I've ever seen, next to the cantina. Or season 1 of Mando had Timothy Oliphant as a sheriff,
season
right?
2, right?
Well, season 2.
Yes, it's amazing. Like, I'm sorry, I really expected them to say like that's Coruscant Jake. Like at the end of the episode, I was like, this is just like insane Star Wars Chinatown. Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Okay, so the chase scene, I think I did like how good it looked though. It was dark, and they didn't do too much with the CG. They kept it really basic. I do like how like so I do like the differences between Bo and Din, right? Very different. Like they're two different sects of Mandalorians, right? Bo will always activate the jetpack when like she
uses all the Mando stuff.
Yeah, she uses all the while Din is just like, I'm going to try to fight with my. I don't understand it, but at this point, Din like
he just gets kicked around. That's
all the time. Then they capture the droid, or the droid is dead, and then they pull the the droid's fluids, the stomach fluid, right? This is they did CSI. Yeah, I think that was the most insane thing. There was a CSI person. I thought I was watching CSI Vegas for a second.
It was amazing when they pull his blood, and it's just like, oh my god! Like,
is it still active? Next thing, the hospital droid is going crazy. Yes, it's still active.
I thought they murked that the tech person, but they didn't murk.
She caught it in the shoulder. Ooh, let's talk about the Ungles.
Oh, the Ugnaughts.
Ugnaughts. Oh my god. Bo walks in there not knowing what the fuck is happening and just insults the shit out of them. Your shit don't work. My shit works. We make great products.
I think they were trying to do this like parallelism of like Din made sense to the Ugnaughts and could treat them with respect, while Bo had contempt for them.
Right.
To like with the droids.
With the droids, yes.
And like, but I mean, you get why, like, there is a character reason for why, right? Like, Din is racist against.
Yeah, it's all
because his family got massacred by them, right? So.
Yeah, it's at least it's consistent. If it changed, I would say something was wrong, but it's been consistent for his character, right, from season 1 all the way down to 8. So they solve that crime, and they go talk to the.
Oh my god, he's not wrong.
He's not. Okay, so everything at this point of the episode to me, I loved. Right, I absolutely loved all of it. Grogu helping Lizzo cheat and all of that. Christopher Lloyd being like this crazy
Confederate. He's a Confederate,
like waving the Confederate flag, right?
It's amazing.
Then you get to the Mandalorians.
The Mandalorians. Like, these are the Mandalorians.
The Mandalorians, and I was like, yeah, I don't like. That's to me. That's when the episode where I felt like, oh, they got notes from like the producers. Make sure you add something about the dark saber, or it's like, because it felt so not like the rest of the episode. That's everything else felt great, and then that part of it was like, because that was the whole reason for this episode is we're gonna have to do this little side mission to get to the main mission. And the main mission was like what, 5 minutes? Because I paused it at some point and it said it had 11 minutes to go, and it was done in 5. And I'm like,
and there was a lot of credits.
Yeah, this is the mid part of the episode.
Well,
and that's
go ahead. Sorry. Well, I was going to be. I think part of the reason was the credits were so long because they actually had guest stars. Like you could tell, COVID is over. Like they had many different like actors on the episode.
COVID is over.
But no, please note the sarcasm in my voice. Right. I thought the fight was cool.
The fight was cool. Again, it's great looking at. See, when you see the children of the lost or whatever, I don't know their name. But whenever the children of the something are fighting versus when like actual Mandalorians are fighting, you could see the difference. And that's what I do appreciate, though. Again, with Bo and Din in the street chase, you could see the difference between, this is how an official like Mandalorian reacts to stuff. I'm gonna, instead of like trying to dive under this projectile, I'm gonna fly over it and look super cool while you could stop it with your helmet because you're Din and this is what you do, right? So I like the fight, but then the climactic part of the fight, you can't be the leader of the Mandalorians, you don't have the Darksaber. By the way, I was captured and the person who captured me beat me and I dropped the Darksaber and she picked the Darksaber up, and I should have known when they did the previously on.
I also was like, there's gonna be something about the Darksaber in this episode,
right? Because it was first Moff, and then they did the thing with the Count Dooku, not Count Dooku, Grievous's cousin, and then that part. So yeah, I mean, exactly. Bo really can fight, and I think that. Yeah. So now
they've done a good job with Bo's. But look, can I just say something, Mo? We were chatting about this. Like, what was so annoying was it was truly the end of Deathly Hallows. Where Harry goes, I could be Voldemort because I punched Draco 20 chapters ago and got his wand, which by the transitive property means that I control Voldemort's wand because Voldemort was disarmed by Draco a book ago. It's just like, why? But just give her the
right. Like at this point, just give it to her. What's like? She and then it's like, is it hers? Yes, it's her. Like. Okay, cool.
It's like, I was just like, you could just given it to her earlier.
Right.
Like, you could just been like, she saved my life. She deserves it. Boom. That's like one line. And it's like, okay, cool. She showed she was a real Mandalorian by saving me. Boom. Go.
Right. So here's my theory, right, for the rest of it. Again, that's the part that I didn't really like too much because of that political nonsense. Here's my theory, because we've had like 70,000 theories this whole season. We're kind of getting close to like a solid one. They come back together, right? But because what's his name? Axe Wolf,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Wolf super Axe, cool, like
Axe name. Body spray the man.
Right, Axe Wolf. Like it's such a that's so cringe. It's really like a 20s like super bad
Star Wars. It's very Star Wars.
Right. So because I think Axe rescued or saved Moff Gideon because they were mercenaries for hire pretty much, and because they did that, they're still going to fight against Din and his like that. And I think that's what's going to happen.
I think there's going to be two things that could happen. One, they retake Mandalore. Mm-hmm. I think they do retake Mandalore.
Okay.
I think the real Mandalorians, like the racial Mandalorians, going back to the show, I don't know what the best ethnic Mandalorians, I don't know. Like they betray the Din people.
Mm-hmm.
Like once they take over Mandalore, and then that's like they go up to Bo and they're like, Bo, we're back here. Why do we need these idiots who don't shower? Like, why do we need these like people who do like just these smelly people who won't take their mask off? And she's gonna be torn, right? And I think she's gonna end up picking the like
Din
ethnic Mandalorians. No, I think
her people. Okay,
her people over Din's people, and then that sets up a conflict. The other option is they retake Mandalore, and then the New Republic shows up and is like, "Hey, you freed our dude. We're good. Like, you can't be doing this." So they have to fight the New Republic.
That's gonna be fun. So you think both Mandalorian? So your second theory is both of them as one will fight the New Republic.
That's one theory. And the other one is they have to fight each other.
Yeah,
Once they take Mandalore.
Yeah, I think internal conflict is where we're gonna 2 seasons in.
Well, okay, I can explain it, Droid.
Please go.
All right, what they do, their purpose, the way is to not take your helmet off and thus not shower. All right, so you smell. And then to say to people a lot, this is the way, because that's how you justify that you smell so bad, because you don't shower. All right, and if you take the helmet off to shower and not smell bad, you become a bad Mandalorian. So that's how they justify themselves. It's the smell. That's how you know that like one of the children of the watch or whatever is around. It's like, what is that smell? Oh my god!
Watch. It's one of the goddamn children of the watch.
What's that smell? Oh, Din Djarin.
Yeah. Take your damn helmet off, then.
No, but then they actually have to have him in the location. So
right. Anyway, so what else are we missing? Any? Oh my god!
Yes.
Okay, did we miss anything? I think that's pretty much the episode. It was just craziness and then Mandalorians. So I'm pretty sure next episode. The one thing there's
only 2 left, by the way.
I know. The one thing I kind of hate and don't hate is that we never get coming next, right? I'm so tight that they don't do that, because I would like.
They never do it. Yeah, they don't do it.
I know. I would love to see it. I know there's like little images of what would happen. Do you think? So now, she's got him back. Are they gonna all fly together and go back to what's the name of his planet?
Their place that they won as a homeland 2 minutes ago. Yes,
right. And then get there. That could be where the internal conflict happens, one, or that could be where they fight the New Republic.
It could be like they're about to leave to go. It could be they're about to leave to go.
And then season 3, that's when they actually start to take. I don't think we're gonna see them do it this season.
I don't know. They've been moving pretty quick. Like they've been both going nowhere and going places really fast. Like that's the thing about this season. It's like I was thinking about actually a lot has happened this season, but also nothing has happened.
Nothing, right. So, nothing a lot. Like, damn, all the Mandalorians are kind of together now. Kind of.
Except no Boba Fett and still no Sabine. So
please don't put that in the air.
Like he's coming back.
Don't put that in the air, please.
Well, like there's no way Sabine doesn't show up. Like I will honestly.
I'm fine for Sabine showing up, but let's not talk about what's his name.
Boba. Oh, Boba Fett's gonna show up. He's got to save Mandalorian again. The Mando again. I mean, Mando came and saved his ass, so he owes him.
Why? Just why?
Well, what I want to really happen, what would be so great, is if the next 2 episodes are just Boba Fett episodes. Like you get like Boba Fett marries his backup lady, in the next episode. It's like this is the wedding of Boba Fett. It's like, wait, what? Suddenly it's become Boba Fett.
Oh my god.
I would absolutely love it.
Yeah, you would lose your shit. I think you would lose your shit if that actually happens. If the next 2 episodes are Boba Fett episodes, I will turn the TV off and never watch it ever again. I promise you. We spent like 10 minutes last week debating whether Mando was gonna go with Bo Katan, and the episode starts. We did.
We did. Yeah.
Dang, nothing is missed. So episode grade?
A+, S tier. Just I'm sorry. No. It's
I'm with you.
The best half hour of television or whatever.
I give it an A+ just off the strength of the Droid Bar. It's still the most insane concept to me. And if you had told me we're gonna get a Droid Bar in the next Star Wars episode, I'll tell you you're full of shit. But then I see it, and not only it worked. It fucking. Do you understand that should never work?
I agree. I mean, it only worked because it was so stupid. Like the thing about this episode is it reminded me of early Next Generation, right? Like the fact that it is so stupid, but they don't they don't acknowledge that it's stupid. They just go with it. Like everyone is just doing
run with the stupidity of the episode, and I kind of love it because to make the Droid Bar work, because when you get into the Droid Bar, for Wednesday night.
Hey, look,
It
what else are those
was
droids gonna do?
like, and I think the scene that really sticks with me is when the bartender pulls the plug from the, like, how much do you have to drink as a drink to cut you off? It worked. It fucking worked.
It
And
was a
off
good
the strength of
episode.
that, I'm with you. To A
I
plus
mean, look,
episode.
Christopher Lloyd talked about how Count Dooku was right. Like that was, it was just like, it was like, wow. I think it might have also, I think I manifested this because today my students asked me, Mr. Rogers, have you ever worked with like a really racist coworker? And I was like, you know what? I have. I worked with a Confederate reenactor who was like waving the Confederate flag and just like all kinds of nonsense. She and her husband were like Confederate reenactors. And then we get Christopher Lloyd playing the Star Wars equivalent of a Christopher. So I manifested it. I put that out there.
Now I feel like Boba Fett is gonna come into this, is definitely coming into the season because you just the strength of you working.
I mean, I didn't have Christopher Lloyd playing the Star Wars equivalent of a Confederate, like this like lost causer on my bucket list, but I should have always had it on my bucket list.
I feel like it should have been there. just based on the strength of the fact that the Empire is still alive in the New Republic, I think it should always be that the Separatists are still out there somewhere.
And Christopher Lloyd
is one of them.
And he just like Count Dooku was right. And it's just like, what is this? Like,
and he was killed by the Jedi.
It's just like, wow.
And you know the crazy part about it, there was a lot of name dropping on this episode.
Oh yeah,
there was a lot of name dropping on this episode. I really enjoyed this one, but now I think that we're done with the wisecracks. I feel like the next two will be serious, and it's not going to be as.
I hope we get another one like this.
No, we have two more. You can't do another one of these.
Oh man, if they do another one, like that's how Sabine comes back. What's gonna like oh.
Because we got somebody from that show Rebels, right? So Sabine is also a Mandalorian, and she's wielded the saber. I can see it. Ooh, what if Sabine is who rescues Moff?
Oh, because she wants to get to what's his face, Thrawn.
Yeah,
right.
Yes,
maybe that would be cool. Like I just can't. They have cast Sabine, like they have this show coming out at the end of the year.
Right.
Like, I just don't understand why they wouldn't have Sabine show up in this like Mandalorian reunion special that they've had going on for this season. Like Bo is in it. Not like, I mean, Boba Fett got a whole damn show. Like,
oh God, let's not say that again. Boba Fett got half a show, and Mandalorian got their other half. For being honest, but no, this was a fun episode. We're cracking about a droid bar. I want to see more of a droid bar. If we're being honest, I would watch a show about an episode about the droid bar. So a droid comes into the bar. The bartender says, "What's your poison?"
I mean, the Mandalorian also just like it's just so racist against robots. He's just punching random ones.
Just random robots. He's like, I found a defective droid. Like, no, you were abusing them. What the hell is wrong with you? That was
examine your priors.
Right. Oh man. Anyways, I can't wait to see what they have in store for us next week. That should be fun. Again, petition.com down in the comments. Oh God, Bo Katan should be on the show forever. Grogu should never stop cooing is another one, and please leave Grogu as a puppet. You know, I should have another one. Have Grogu fly every episode. Like, just I don't care what happens. It could be a very, very serious and dark episode. Just have somebody eat Grogu across the fucking screen.
It's amazing. I hope what I want one day is like Grogu to have like the Mandalorian knives and they eat him and he's just like stabbing people. That would be
that would be
happens,
Christmas.
That would just be
yes.
Oh my God.
That'd be the best episode ever. But no, thank you, Roy, for this fun episode breakdown. I don't even know if we did an episode breakdown, but thanks. This was fun. I can't wait to do it again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will see you next week for another cracking episode of Mandalorian. Peace. Oh my.